there, it's Cecilia Jane, and today we are going to be doing a very fun video. So I recently decided that I was going to do the 100 heads challenge, but I'm going to do it a little differently than kind of traditionally. So I have already actually started and filmed a video for this, but unfortunately it was kind of filmed a while ago, and I didn't really like how I was filming it because I kind of decided things through the video, and I would prefer like how it is right now where I know what I'm doing so that it's not so confusing. So when I first filmed this video, I had done this page, and these are just some random people off Pinterest. But then I shortly realized that I wanted to make it into like a zine after, so I probably couldn't just use random people's photos off Pinterest. So then I took to my social media and asked people if they'd be willing to send me pictures of themselves that I'd be putting in this book and possibly in a video like this. And so I have the first page officially done, but then today we're just going to do probably one more spread. Kind of takes a while, so I don't know if we'll get to 2 spreads, but we'll probably do 1 spread with 4 faces. So yeah, this is probably going to be maybe a little mini series where I just post from time to time when I fill a spread. And my question for you is, I'm going to be putting a poll up there, so definitely vote. Would you prefer time lapses that I record audio for after, or would you prefer where I kind of do a little and then I talk and then do a little and talk? Those are harder to edit, and also apparently like when I'm painting I can't talk at the same time. But yeah, let me know what you'd prefer, because like I said, there's probably going to be more of these videos, so let me know. And as you can see, I'm just using the Holbein Acryla Gouache. I have a few different colors, I was about to say flavors, a few different colors as you can see here. I would like to get more, but I can work with these colors, which is cool, so I'm going to. So yeah, let's just get started. And I forgot to mention that I don't have a black in this type of acrylic gouache. I'm using a normal gouache, which probably isn't recommended if you're normally doing like acrylic gouache and then switch to a normal gouache, but that's all I have, so we're working with what we have. So obviously this is going to be the type of video where I do the time lapse and then I talk over. It's just a lot easier to edit, like I said. It's harder to talk while you're painting, like I mentioned. Words just don't come out very well, and it's just awkward to edit. But if you guys prefer that, I can do that. So definitely vote on that poll to let me know. But yeah, so the basic processes I started out with, you guys saw, was I kind of start with a base coat of the skin color, and it doesn't have to be exact right away because we kind of change it as we go. But then I kind of add loose marks to indicate where the different features are, the nose, the eyes, and so on and so forth. And then I just start adding shading. These type of portraits I'm doing, I want kind of a chunkier painting style. So that's why I kind of do the highlights and shadows and kind of blocks of color. The next one's a bit more rendered, which I'll talk about how that's not exactly what I wanted, but that's kind of the general process, and you just keep refining it as you're adding shadows and highlights and just kind of fixing shapes and such. But yeah, that was the first one that we did, and then I just painted the background blue because the original photo had a sky. So. Alright guys, so we have the first one done. This is how it's looking. And then I think we're going to jump to this corner here because I'm actually going to do a guy, and he's really pale, so I want it to like contrast, and also because I think I'm going to do the background purple for him, and if we had the cool colors on this side it would look kind of weird, so hopefully the cool color right here, purple, and then 2 warmer colors right here. So that's why I'm jumping across right here. But yeah, I think this one went pretty well. I was flipping back to this page. The contrast I put in this one is so much better than the contrast in these. So I don't know. I don't know what changed, but there's a lot more contrast in this one than there is in these, but maybe these photos had less contrast? I don't know. I'll tell myself that. Also, for the most part, these backgrounds are kind of streaky, which I thought I liked and I thought I wanted, but I do quite like this flat background. It really pops, but we'll see. So yeah, let's get started on this one. And down. hope you guys like that little clip of me singing. I just thought it was kind of funny, so I inserted it. There's a lot of those clips though. But yeah, so we just started with the second painting. And honestly, with both of these, like obviously these clips are sped up a lot, so you don't see the stages as long as I do when I'm painting them. But they were at a point, at certain points, where like I was just like, oh my god, these are so scary looking and don't even look like the person at all. And it's just one of those things, you gotta trust the process. I think that's really important with a lot of art, is like, don't give up on it right away if it doesn't look how you want it to, because, but then there's also like, you don't want to over render it, because then, you know, it can look too, I don't know, it can look too forced to a certain degree. We could talk all about that in another video. But yeah, you have to find this nice medium of like, I want it to get to the point where I'm happy with it, but also don't want to over render it, because a lot of times I'll find myself like, oh, it needs this and this and this, and then I just keep adding, and then I get kind of unhappy with it. But yeah, I think this one I kind of stopped at like a good part. Like I was like happy with where I stopped at. It does kind of skip here in a second because the clips ran out, but it got to a point where I was very happy with it. So yeah. Alright guys, so here is the second one, and this one actually took so long, but I think that's because I know this person super well, so I really wanted it to look like him. And then like I look at that one compared to some of these, and like obviously there's so much more detail in that one, and even just the saturation. But I am trying to do like more brush strokey, so some of these are kind of more what I'm looking for. I think I just kind of got carried away with this one because it's pretty well blended except for like a few bits, but I do want more of that like painterly style, and even this one's a little more painterly. Like I said, these ones are a better example of that, so I'm gonna try not to do as rendered as this one, just because I'm going for that more painterly style, and this took forever. But yeah, let's just get on to our next painting. So now we just move on to the third painting. Just doing the same process again with just like minimal outlining, and then going in and adding shading and highlighting. Sometimes I feel like I kind of just go straight into shading and highlighting, but it's kind of nice just to establish where your feature's at. You can obviously always change it later, but like even if you just have two dots to represent the eyes, which you guys have probably seen in these, I kind of start with the two dots as the eyes, and a dot as a nose, and a mouth as dot as a mouth. It just kind of helps you to get like grounded on the page, essentially, just like kind of feel your space out. And you know, even with dots, you can kind of like, oh, are the dots far apart? Are they too close together? Obviously, they're representing eyes, but that's a lot easier to fix two dots as opposed to a fully rendered eye. So if you kind of go in first and figure out those proportions with these representative dots, it kind of helps just to save time, because like I said, if you fully render an eye and then, oh, you decide it's too far apart, too big, etc., then you obviously have to repaint that eye entirely. And that goes with like any process, like painting, drawing. You really just want to kind of establish things before you go in and render them too fully. It saves a lot of time, and it takes a while to learn that, but once you do, it really just saves you a lot of time. So yeah. Okay, so again, I think this one cut out before I was completely finished, but this is the end result. They had clear glasses, so that was kind of hard to emulate. Plus, I didn't really just want to spend so much time just trying to make clear glasses look clear, so I kind of just breezed through that. But yeah, it's yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So let's move on to our final one, and honestly it's taking a little bit longer than I feel like it normally does. I don't know if I'm just going extra detailed or just caring a lot more. I don't know. It feels weird to have such like a difference in quality, but I guess kind of just depends on the day. Maybe that probably is a factor in it all. But yeah, without further ado, let's finish this page. Okay, so we moved on to our fourth and final painting. Same process again. I just kind of wanted to quickly talk about what I mentioned before this time lapse started. Just how paintings can turn out on different days, which I think that'll be kind of interesting to document, is kind of the shift in styles, shift in saturation, shift in all those different factors from day to day, because I don't know if you guys have ever started a project, like maybe a longer project, and then one day you're just really feeling it, everything's working so seamlessly, and then the next day, like, your hands don't know how to hold a paintbrush. But yeah, if you ever experience that, it's totally normal, and I think we all experience that. So maybe that was probably just the difference of quality that I was talking about. But it's funny because when I did the first page, I wasn't necessarily like unhappy with it. I just they're like, of those pieces of the 4 on the previous page, there were some I preferred over others. But looking back on it now that I have this spread that I'm doing right now, that I feel very happy with and confident. Comparing that to the last page, obviously, you see this difference in quality. So basically what I would say to that is, if you're ever having an off day or things aren't going exactly as you plan, that is okay. That is a normal part of being an artist, and we can't have good days every day, right? Alright guys, so I just finished the last one, and I think it turned out okay. But yeah, let me know what you think of this series, if you think I should continue to record this journey, which painting was your favorite and why. And there will probably be some spreads that I don't record, but definitely check out my Instagram and go follow me. I post there all the time, and I'm always posting stuff on my stories. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment which one was your favorite, and definitely click that subscribe button. Bye guys! And now a huge thanks to my lovely Patreons. If you want your name at the end of my videos while supporting me as an artist and getting some awesome rewards in return, check out the link in the description.